Hey guys, it's Tim here. Today I want to make this video talking to landlords in the Kansas City area and people thinking about becoming landlords in Kansas City specifically, but really this applies to anywhere. A lot of times people that get into investing, they get really excited and they think, oh, I'm just going to buy properties and cash checks and it's going to be phenomenal. And they can just start seeing the dollar signs in front of their eyes. But the real truth is that there's a lot of people out there who absolutely freaking hate being landlords. They're just tired of it. It's not so easy as just buying a property and cashing checks. And so in this video today, I want to talk about, oh, what are the issues? Why do people, end up frustrated being a landlord, and what makes it so hard? Um, the first thing is that it takes a lot of time. Ideally, you can get a nice property, it gets fixed up if it needs to, and you get a great tenant in there, and they don't really call you for any issues, and things go very smooth. And it is just cash and checks, and checking on them every once in a while. But it can go the other way as well. So depending on what kind of person and what kind of activity they have going on the property, um, they can be smashing things up and making ridiculous calls to you about light bulbs being out and things like this. So that's one of the things you'll hear when you get into investment properties. 2 a.m. calls about fixing the toilet. Fortunately, that is a reality of the situation. I don't know about you, but whenever I've rented a property, I didn't really care what the landlord was doing in their free time. The water pipe bursts and I've got 3 inches of water in the basement. I just want that fixed. I don't really care if you're on vacation or what you're doing. So, when you become the landlord, you are the one that's going to deal with those issues. And so it can be very time consuming. Along with time consuming, it's just a lot of work. So you got to find the property, you got to find the tenant, you got to background check the tenant, you got to deal with contractors and property managers and finance people and all of these things in order to make the property work. So if things start to go downhill, with your tenant, um, or with the financing, it is going to become suddenly a ton of work to deal with. You're going to be hiring people, you're going to be meeting people and negotiating payments and signing leases and sending documents and on and on. And that can really add up and cut into your time. With one or two properties, maybe it's not a big deal, but if you've got several, like, wow, it can really get out of control. So, it takes a lot of time to be a landlord, and a lot of work. And with time and work and hiring people out, it costs a lot of money. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is it's not cheap necessarily. Even if you get a great tenant in there and they take very good care of the property, um, for a little while, things can change in their situation, or maybe they start letting someone else live there that you didn't know about that wasn't on the lease, and the person just starts trashing things. We actually just bought a property from a landlord in Kansas City, and they had been renting the place out for the last 3 years. They finally got into the property after 3 years, and it was completely trashed. I guess they hadn't been in there in some time, and walls were kicked in, doors were smashed down, and it was just in complete disrepair. So, the landlord just wanted out. They did not want to deal with the cost and the hassle of repairs, and so, they ended up selling us the house as well to get out of that situation. So the financial costs can really add up. If you have someone that trashes the property and you can't get someone in there for a few months while it's being fixed up again, you got to pay that mortgage every month and the cost and the insurance and the water bill and on and on. And it can start to become very expensive. So, cost is another factor of why people sometimes don't like being landlords. Finally, it's very stressful, dealing with people and dealing with contractors and bad situations and people not paying and your money's being, flushed down the toilet every month. It's a stressful situation. Even if things are going pretty smoothly, it's stressful just not being certain of whether or not the property is going to be able to get stabilized again. So if you're in the situation and you're a landlord in Kansas City that is just tired and frustrated of being a landlord, totally get it. I've been there. I've had bad tenants. And my company, Green Sparrow Properties, specializes in helping people better in that situation. So, we can take care of tenants, we can take care of repairs, and um, we'll make you a cash offer very quickly. Get in the property, check things out, and we can get that off your hands. So if you're tired of being a frustrated landlord and you're just ready to be done, move on to something, a little more enjoyable with your life and take a lot of that stress off your plate, give us a call. Our number is on our website, and that's www.fairhomeofferkc.com. Again, that's www.fairhomeofferkc.com. Um, we buy houses anywhere in the Kansas City metro area, and we'd love to hear from you. So give us a call and hope you have a great day. Thank you.